Thanks for checking out this movie review video. This is for the 2024 release Hanky Panky. And just so you know, this is a very low budget horror comedy that I am recommending. I'm definitely recommending it because not only did I enjoy this film, but it's very important for you, me, everyone to be supporting lower budget independent filmmakers, and this is definitely one to support in my opinion because this is a fun movie. It's not a great movie. It's not a movie that people are going to watch and be like, oh man, this is going to be like the most underrated movie of the year. No, but it is a lot of fun. So let me talk a little bit more about it. Obviously no spoiler. Directed by Lindsey, Haun and Nick Roth, who also did Eva and Liza, Chronicles of the Ghostly Tribe, and Unnatural Causes, which I have not seen any of those. Written by Nick Roth. I got it through Fandango at home, which used to be Vudu. You can do rental or purchase actually for the exact same price of $5.29. I just went ahead and purchased it, so now I digitally own this film, and it's possible I watch it again. Might show it to some people. So quick synopsis. Like I said, it's a horror comedy. This film is ridiculous. It is over the top. So if you like those types of films in the horror comedy realm, like I do, like films like Wacko or Pandemonium, stuff like that, that were put out by Vinegar Syndrome, I do recommend this one to you for sure. It hits the sweet spot for me. It is just very over the top. It's very ridiculous. It's about a guy who's kind of the main character who has a hanky that he wears that talks to him. Very weird, very out there. There's a lot of stuff that gets thrown into it that's pretty out there and over the top. But so if you're not into that, you know, might want to watch something else. But I do recommend it, obviously. But he's getting together in a cabin when snowed out, so they're kind of snowed in with his friends, and then people start dying, basically. I don't want to say too much past that because I don't want to give anything away, but at the same time, like, I'm not sure people would really guess what's going to happen in this film because things are very ridiculous, over the top, and left field. So I'm just going to leave it at that for the synopsis. The beginning gives you a feel of a crappy 80s horror film, like something like Frostbiter that was originally put out by Troma, was just recently put out again by Vinegar Syndrome, and is just fun. It is just fun, ridiculous, stupid. So it kind of hits that feeling of that type of film. This also hits as being a type of film that, like, decades in the future, it's a film that Vinegar Syndrome would put out and give their treatment to. So pretty interesting. The names in the opening credits all appear to be fake, or part of them are fake. It's like riffs on the people's names. And at first I was like, are they doing this because these are all people who are SAG actors and this is like a non-SAG film? Because if, for people who don't know, that's what actors will do if they want to be in a film that's not SAG. Screen Actors Guild, if you don't know, but you probably all do. They will kind of change their name in the credits so they can do it. Wasn't it the case because the end credits had them as normal. So I think it's kind of a way to set people up to show you we're just having fun here. We're not even taking ourselves seriously. We are not taking this film seriously. This is just for fun. So it's a good one that sets expectation. Just to give you an idea, one of the names that was changed, Seth Green has a part in this film, and his name on it is Seeth Green. So, but then there are other people who have their name changed to like Slasher and Haunt and things like that. So playing on horror stuff. The movie feels very goofy and fun. It's clear that it's not to be taken seriously. Like I said, they're not taking themselves seriously. They're just here to have a good time. And you can tell, it's a charming film that feels like a lot of love went into it. And it feels like people had a good time on the set. All the actors seem to be relishing in their roles. And that's a great thing when you, as an audience member, can feel that coming through the screen. The characters are pretty fun, and the actors seem to be having a good time in their roles. They also do, for the most part, do a really good job, in my opinion. And I do have to shout out, in particular, Ashley Holiday Tavares. My favorite character, and what she brought to that role was so great. She was my favorite performance of this entire film. I want to see more of her. She has been in some stuff before, but I want to see more of her. Also, I do have to say Jacob DeMont Finn. Great job being low budget Justin Long, basically. Like, that's who he reminded me of, and he was really fun in that type of role as like a low budget Justin Long. I kind of really enjoyed that. There's some legitimately funny comedy in this. One of the big problems with a lot of horror comedies is that they're not actually funny. There is good humor in this film. It doesn't always hit because at a film that's just shy of an hour and a half, you're not going to have all the comedy when they're trying to do a lot of comedy hitting for you. Some instances may have been for me that, it just didn't hit for me personally. It will hit for other people, but some of it is just like, it might not hit for anyone really. But there were plenty of moments where I was like, oh, that's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty good. So having an actual sense of humor to put into the script really helps things out, especially when it's a low budget film like this. Oh, also shot in a single location, which screams low budget independent film, and I'm all for it. The talking hanky aspect of this is such an odd thing, but it actually fits the feel of everything and is pretty funny. Mainly the sexual aspect of its existence. I'm not going to go further than explaining that. I will just say check out the film and you will understand what I'm talking about, but I think that was really interesting. Well, not as much interesting. It's just like ridiculous and funny. So the hanky aspect, you're just like, what are we doing here? But as the film goes on, you settle into this stuff. It is, like I said, it is ridiculous. Have I said the word ridiculous and over the top enough? I haven't. After some time, I do wish that they had gone with a different style of talking for the hanky, unfortunately, though. Again, I like the existence of the hanky. I like the way its dialogue is written. The problem is, I think the voicing that they chose for it gets kind of annoying and was really grating on my nerves. I think they should have chosen something different. It didn't feel like it fit for that type of character, unfortunately. As the film goes on, it does seem to peter out some and feels a bit repetitive as it goes on and on and on. You're just like, okay, I feel like we're kind of doing some of the same stuff right now, and it's really slowing down. But the final confrontation is pretty funny, in my opinion. I really enjoyed that. That kind of brought things back up for me and kind of saved it in a sense. Some last few things to talk about. I do think that the script should have been reined in a little bit. They kind of try to go for too much. They kind of try and throw in way too many things. I think they should have just stuck with like the core story that they were trying to tell initially, but they throw in some extra stuff and it's just like, you really don't need this. It's more just distraction. And honestly, they could have just straight up cut that stuff out and had it have a, shorter runtime, which would be totally fine. Because I think with credits an hour and 26 minutes, it's fine to go lower than that. This is the type of charming low-budget film that I am into, so I'm glad I finally checked it out. Again, do recommend it to everyone. Again, Ashley Holiday Tavares, great job. I can't say that enough. I really loved her in this again, but this is a fun one. This is where I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Go ahead and put it in the comments if you liked it, hated it, in between, if you've seen it. But obviously, I'm recommending it. Out of 5 stars, half stars in play, a solid 3-star rating for this one, but it's a fun 3 stars, so definitely give it a go. Do me a favor real quick before you end this video or end watching it. Give me a thumbs up on the video or any video you watch of mine. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I appreciate that. It's your best way to repay me for all the free content. And you can hit the notification bell button if you want to know when I'm putting up my new videos. So regardless, thank you everyone for checking this out. I really do appreciate your time. And until next time, keep it brutal.